Welcome to the second Junkyard Joust Snow Joust, brought to you by Junkyard Joust. Took me a little while, but it's here, and you know what? We just had some snow here in Wisconsin, so it's kind of appropriate anyway. I know a lot of places around the U.S. just had a massive snowstorm. Snowstorm's still going on here on the Joust. Conditions are still similar to the first snow joust. The snow's still coming down middle of the blizzard. Let's take a look at our teams for this competition. There's 10 teams competing. They each have 2 cars. They'll both make the run, and then we'll add up their totals. Top 3 teams at the end will move on. The sun's nowhere in sight, but the Sun Runners are here. 21 Ford Bronco, sponsored by Chorgoth. The Bronco heaves itself into the snow, and a nice landing there. Landing upright's going to get you a bonus point. 29.5 plus that bonus point is going to start the Sunrunners off right. Chevy Blazer up next, sponsored by Chome. The Blazer noses into the ground, gets a good tumble, but just kind of comes up short. Not quite as good of a run as the Bronco. Only a 27, but that will still put Sunrunners at the top because nobody else has gone. Up next is going to be Brick House with the Bronco four-wheeler, sponsored by Farty Marty. A heavy landing from the Bronco, leaving a big divot. I do fill those in after these runs, so the other cars will have an equal chance. That run nets only a 23.5. They're going to get a bonus point for landing upright. It's not going to be great, though. 67 Ford Bronco's got some work cut out for it. Sponsored by Stump's Tree Farm. And wow, look at that run. Actually wobbles, almost stays upright for the whole way, but gets a whole lot of extra distance by driving down the field. The Bronco pulls out a 35, and that is going to help Brick House a lot, putting them 58.5, and they are in the lead. Dakar up first for Yellow Hammer, sponsored by Judy Collins. The car catapults itself forward, gets one nice flip, and then goes over sideways. That's going to be almost the same as that Bronco. Looks like a 29, just a little bit less. Up next for the team, 97 Ford F-150, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauler. The Ford gets a nice landing, bounces on its tires, and just gets a great haul right there. A drive and a roll is going to get it to a 38, which is a new record, beating Propulsion's record from the first snow joust of 37. The Alabaster Aces are here. Mazda AutoZam up first, sponsored by Press X Private Parts. The AutoZam gets a couple of flips. Too bad it couldn't use those big wheels and stay upright and just drive all the way down. It still gets a great run, though. 34.5, and that'll put it up in the top 3 on the vehicles that have made the run. Dune Crusher is sponsored by Sicken. A low jump from Dune Crusher, and it makes a couple tumbles, but comes up short. 30 will be the total, and that'll put Alabaster in second provisional. Jungle Crawler for the Olive Drab Onslaught, sponsored by Emo Dingo. A good dive by Jungle Crawler, followed up by a flip, and that is a pretty great run right in the middle of the pack, pretty much. 32 inches, a good start for Olive Drab, but they're going to need a good run from the Textron Tiger, sponsored by Jelle. The Textron Tiger noses in, but gets a lot of rolls out of that. Almost gets one final roll that would have been amazing. Still going to get a 30.5, and that'll put Olive Drab in third for the moment. Brick House and Sunrunners are done. Backdrafter, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron for 5 Alarm. Fire engines in the house, and Backdrafter gets a couple good flips, puts it up around the same as Textron Tiger, a little bit farther. That's going to end up being a 32. A decent start for 5 Alarm. Up now, the 76 Chevy Scottsdale 4x4 fire truck, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Fire truck lands on its wheels and then gets a good tumble. That's going to take it farther than its companion. 33.5, and that is enough to thrust 5 Alarm into second place, pushing Olive Drab into fourth. Ground Grabber for Industrial Accidents, sponsored by Sean's Toy Room. Oof, a tough run there. Ground Grabber kind of grabs at the ground, unfortunately. That's not what you want to do in this event. 25 plus a landing bonus. That's not going to do him any favors. Acre Maker, sponsored by Sauce Automotive Sachet and Buffet. Needs a big run here. Acre Maker, oh, better than Ground Grabber, but doesn't manage to get far enough. These vehicles may be better at removing snow than they are jumping. 28 Industrial dead last. Clone Troopers up first for Death Car Destroyer, sponsored by Star Corps Industries. Clone Trooper hits 1 flip, 2 flip. That was a fantastic run. A recovery, that's going to get them a bonus point. Total distance, 34.5. Great start for Death Car Destroyers. Up next, Katan, sponsored by Zeus. Bo gets a pretty good tumble and ends up on all 4 wheels. That's going to be yet another bonus point. Not quite as good of a run as Clone Trooper, but not bad. 31 plus that bonus. That will propel Death Car Destroyers into second at 65.5. Alabaster drops to 4th. Up first for Combustion Kings, the 57 Jeep FC, sponsored by Tim the Bear Neal. The Jeep comes off the ramp at a weird angle, but it ends up sort of paying off with a couple bonus rolls, taking it up towards the middle. The Jeep gets 2.5 rolls, takes it up to 31.5. Good start for Combustion. Gonna need a good jump though here from the Sandblaster, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. And that is an okay jump, but again, pretty much square in the middle, and I don't think it's gonna be enough for Combustion Kings to make it into the top 3. 32, that'll take them up to 5th. 63.5, it's no good. Ridge Raider, sponsored by Jason's Bits Boys for the Indigo Ice Picks. Ridge Raider gets a decent run there. That's going to be up towards 33, I'd say. Definitely in the top third of the pack. 34, in fact, was the final measurement, and that's a great start for Indigo. The Scania Rally Truck, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. Final vehicle of this match, and boom! The Scania truck slides to a new record distance, taking full advantage of that weight, 39. That breaks all the records, and that is going to put Ice Picks at the top of the heap with a 73. It will push 5 Alarm down to 4th, Ice Picks number 1, Death Car Destroyers number 2 with 67.5, and Yellowhammer makes it in at 3rd, 67. These 3 teams will move on to the final. They'll join Propulsion, Diwanawanga, and Super Crashers in the final. There are still 2 more Joust, and 6 more teams will make it into the final. I'll try to get those matches out as soon as I can. If you like this new event, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new, and support more episodes of the show at patreon.com/junkyardjoust. Cheers, everybody. See you next time.